Hi everybody, it's Postman Charles here. It's been about 7 years since the zombie event happened, and about 3 or 4 years since I've done a video. Some people have sent me some questions, and I thought I'd do a video and try and answer them as best I could. Someone also sent me some of my old equipment that I used to wear in the zombie days, so that was great. Thank you for sending that. It still fits. So anyway, I'll set up the camera and yeah, I'll answer your questions. I honestly didn't think about it. I remember thinking, if I think about that, consider it, or delve deeply into that question, I'd probably start to lose my mind a bit. So I decided just to get on with my job. I woke up on Monday, went to work, repeated until Saturday, then chilled out for the weekend, read a book, and then carried on. In a lot of ways it was sort of like business as usual, but with slightly more difficult customers. We always do a dynamic risk assessment when we're on the job looking out for potential dangers, but for the zombie hordes and the zombie apocalypse, we did do a proper full-on risk assessment where we all sat down and had a good think about it. There were two dangers, which are the obvious ones. First, getting bitten, or second, getting eaten. There was a third, which a lot of people didn't really realise, which was being squashed or being trapped in a zombie horde. So the zombies themselves, they're kind of slow, and it's the same as any work situation. If you sense that the situation is going to become difficult or dangerous, you just remove yourself from that situation, you just get away. And with the zombies, you could just sort of walk away. They wouldn't keep up, and they were pretty prone to falling over, to be honest. You could also just stick something on the floor and they'd fall over it. But if you were caught amongst them, there was a danger. And I did see one guy, I think he was going on a sort of kamikaze attack, hoping for a quick end, and he charged right at the zombie horde. And he ran at them and they walked towards him, and they all just sort of ended up in this big pile, like a big mess of flesh. He was buried at the bottom, and the zombies were all just sort of stuck on top trying to get out, but they couldn't. They were all just sort of bundled and interlinked together. And the guy that charged at them, he didn't die straight away. I think he either suffocated or he just starved down there, because, I mean, no one was going anywhere. We couldn't get him out because there was the danger then we could get bitten, or we could make maybe one of them come loose. Couldn't really dig him out. Yeah, so I wouldn't go near the horde, just remove yourself. We had a postie who was a weekend worker, and he was a psychology student at university. And he theorised that the reason the zombies don't eat one another is because that smell of rotting dead flesh still triggers something in the human brain which says, this is bad, don't go near it, don't eat it. So he came up with a couple of plans on how we could work around that. The first plan was for us to sort of smother ourselves in garbage and crap and stuff, and then they'd ignore us. We didn't really like that plan, so we asked for his other plan, and that was to throw herbs and spices and seasoning over the zombies and see if they ate each other. And that actually worked a bit. They did do that. Particularly, I think it was cinnamon. If you threw cinnamon over the zombies, they'd start like attacking each other and eating each other. And it was kind of weird. You could tell after they were part of the way through, they were still eating, but you could see they weren't really enjoying it anymore. The only thing I can really compare it to is if you order a Chinese takeaway for one person and you get far too much, and you're still trying to pack it away, but you're full and it's not really a fun experience anymore. That's what it reminded me of anyway. in all honesty, I didn't. I know I said we didn't consider the more serious implications, but we also didn't really joke that much either. We just sort of, it was just like normal work. We just sort of treated it like it was normal work. Yeah, I'm not really known for my jokes. I do get told I need to work on that.